Welcome back to Stadium Australia, where we are just minutes away from kick-off to State of Origin Game 3. To bring us all the action, the voice of rugby league, the one and only Ray Warren. Good evening, Ray.
Ken, good evening to you, and hello everybody. Welcome now through network stations right around Australia and of course around the world, taking this rugby league coverage of an historic match. It's the end of 20 years of State of Origin football and game number 60. There's the Queensland side for tonight. You've had it once, here it is again. Lockyer, Rogers, Bowman, Singh and Saylor, Aiken, Lamb, Smith, McKenna, Tallis, Lang, Hetherington and Webke. Interchange O'Neill, Thorne, Carroll and Greenhill is in the 17 and coached by Mark Murray. 4 personnel changes there for Queensland. New South Wales, just a couple. Brasher, McDougall, Girdler, Gidley on debut. Ainscough, Fittler, Kumorley, Hill, Kennedy, Fletcher, Stevens, Tuvey, Kearns. Johns, Ferner, Muir and Vella is back tonight and coached of course by Wayne Pearce. Wayne was in that 86 side that whitewashed Queensland, and of course he gets a chance to become a winning coach in the same circumstances tonight. We take you inside the Queensland dressing rooms now, and of course down to 2-0 in the series. What's the main ingredients in Mark Murray's psych-up, Paul?
It's just pride, simple as that. We don't want to be beaten 3-0, that's for sure. It's happened a couple of occasions to us, the last time in 1996. And, these blokes, there is plenty of pride there. They played pretty ordinary that second game, and they know they can play a lot better.
Ray, they've got a good record when you look at the amount of times they've been down 2-0. It's 6 occasions, and on 4 of those 6, they've come back to win game 3. So they're pretty good at bouncing back, the Maroons, as we pointed out earlier. When they are down, they are at their most dangerous. They are most definitely that tonight.
Wally Lewis is in the commentary box with me at the moment. As we go to the New South Wales rooms, would there be some words from Murray suggesting we spoil the party? Let's not have them doing a victory lap in front of their home crowd.
Oh, that's been his message from day one, Ray. I think it's a sign of pride for the coach as well. He doesn't want to be in a 3-0 losing team. I'm sure that he's going to want to get together with Chris Close just to remind his players how important it is, not only for the team themselves, but for the future of Queensland Rugby League. The young kids sitting at home watching it on television that have got these blokes on their walls, pin-up heroes.
Adrian Lamb has the honour of leading the Maroons out again. What a tremendous acquisition he's been for that Maroon jumper. Controversial maybe, but at the end of the day he came in, got a job done in 1995 for Paul Vaughton and of course for Queensland, and he's been there ever since. Coming up towards double figures actually as a captain of Queensland. He just leads them down a slow walk out over the athletic track. 100 days to the start of the Olympics. 60,000 here tonight, and of course it'll be absolutely chock full on that day. 100 days down the track, 110,000. Lamb, 4 tries in Origin football, equal with Fittler on show tonight in chase of Shearer's all-time record of 12. Webke, big, hard, fast, and recognised as the #1 prop in the game today. Tony Carroll has become somewhat of a try-getter, game-breaker for Queensland. And Darren Smith in the headgear is back to the lock forward tonight. Craig Greenhill, we welcome him back. What a rugby league comeback it has been for Craig Greenhill. At one stage there was a chance that he may never walk again. Not only that, he walked out of Cronulla, walked over to Penrith, and now he's back playing for the Maroons. The Maroons are out there, the Blues are coming. Great night for them. Brad Fittler said it doesn't get better than this at Suncorp a fortnight ago, but he had to check himself and correct that. Proudly he runs out for Origin 3. Smoke clearing from the fireworks display. Tuvey in 9. Bill Harrigan referees his 12th match tonight. Ben Aiken is back for Queensland. A lot of personnel, or should I say positional changes. There's the debutant. And Andrew on the sideline. Your weather. Well, it's Ray, okay tonight.
It certainly is. It's great to have a dry night for Origin, isn't it? No chance of rain. I can tell you though, this Stadium Australia playing surface still a little slippery. Ray, the series might be decided, but seeing the Queensland players in particular in the last 60 minutes before kick-off, they really mean business. There's never been anything half-hearted about Origin, and tonight will be no different.
3 times Queensland have whitewashed the Blues. Twice the Blues have done it to them. So that's something else that can be levelled tonight. Already the series have been levelled at 9-9. It is time for the anthem, the Australian national anthem, and tonight to be sung by Rob Guest, international star. And he is ready on the dais. Queensland wait with New South Wales in their hub. Game number 60. 30 for Queensland, 28 for New South. And 1 has been drawn. Brisbane supplying 7 players to Origin 3 tonight. Lovely winter's night in Sydney town, the harbour city, the Olympic city. This is Origin 3 coming your way on the 9 network.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds with nature's gifts, our beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. With joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
That is Rob Guest. How good is that? Befitting our 3rd Origin match at the end of 20 years of Origin football. And appropriately, the 9 cameras picking up a shot of the great Arthur Beetson, who was there on night 1. Together, I'm sure, with Senator Ron McAuliffe, they had much more to do with Origin than any other 2 individuals in rugby league. Chris McKenna is back tonight. Talking of anthem singers, his sister sang the anthem in Brisbane a fortnight ago. Just clearing the dais now. Keeping in mind at the end of this match, the New South Wales Blues will be presented with the series trophy, and we'll do the lap of honor. Versatile player, isn't he? Darren Smith answering the call at the back of the scrum for his brother Jason. The staging is cleared. We are set. Queensland fighting for pride. They start from right to left, and Brian Fletcher is the first of the Blues to bring it back, and he's met by a 3-man tackle from Queensland just outside the 20-metre line, 10 metres in from touch, western side. Stevens in the run-on side, and they say welcome. Just inside the 30-metre line, second play for the Blues, for Kearns now. Leading hit-up man. Third play gone, Tuvi goes blind. Over the 40, scurries away. Nice run by the Eagles captain. And then away it goes from Scott Hill to his teammate Kabali, who puts a plugging kick in. And back on the 10-metre line, Rogers brings it away. You see a new camera in action tonight. The tracking cam. Mobile camera down the sidelines from elevation for the first time anywhere in the world tonight. And I think you'll enjoy it. As Big Wendell Sailor told us what he was going to do tonight, and the Blues answer. Penalty goes to Queensland. Stevens just couldn't help himself. He was enjoying himself, as a matter of fact, and went too far.
Hard to hit, Brad.
It's just simmering away out there at the moment. This looked like it could have escalated. Gordon Tallis will come in a moment trying to help his winger. There's Gordon from the shoulder into Jason Stevens. All of a sudden you got the feeling that, it might be on. Cool heads prevail.
Tap taken. The unmistakable figure of Martin Lang, put down just outside the 40-metre line. Now Webke, he didn't take it right to them. He took it almost there before offloading for Darren Smith to make halfway. Hetherington finds Aiken. Aiken across for Lockyer. Lockyer up on the back line. Kamali makes the tackle. And coming over the top, Matthew Gidley. Then it's with Webke on the right of the ground. Or should I say to the right of the ground. He works it on the 20-metre line here on the western side. Lamb steps on his right foot, sees a gap, goes through it, makes 15 metres. It's pulled down on 5, 27 away from the line. Aiken kicks off the 30-metre line, very high. It's a good-looking kick, as a matter of fact, but Brasher's under it. Tim Brasher. The great game he had in Queensland a fortnight ago on recall to Origin duty. Didn't let anybody down and has started the same way tonight as Harrigan blows the whistle for the second time in the game very early. That wouldn't be pleasing Bill Harrigan. He likes to keep them to a minimum. Twice in the first 3 minutes he's had to blow the whistle. It's 1-1 penalties.
And I do think we'll see New South Wales go wide shortly. Last year they scored the quickest ever try after 42 seconds adopting that tactic. I don't think we're too far away from seeing a few passes thrown in the Blues.
Kearns now after Stevens had played. A couple of metres on the Queensland side of halfway from Tooby. It's across for Kennedy. Kennedy had a great series, Ben Kennedy. I was reading a story about him. He still has doubts about his achievements in rugby league. As Fittler goes to the right, links up with Kamali. Kamali held by Tallis and swung to the ground. And then put down by Bowman. 25 away. That was almost 4 points for New South Wales, only for Tallis grabbing the collar of the jumper. From the high shot, they're just inside the 20-metre line. Kamali, he grabber kicks for Ainscough. A little bit of work to be done back on the in goal, and they'll line dropouts and give it back to the Blues.
Some very good play there by the Blues, in particular Brett Kamali. First of all, he made the bust, and unlucky not to get a pass away to support. And a lovely kick at the end of it. Brad Fittler going to the line, looking outside for Kamali. He took them on, only a Gordon Tallis grab prevented him from going right through. And then this kick at the end, and the best possible result for the Blues. Queensland to drop out.
So Lockyer driving at 45 metres to be marked by Scott Hill, who sends Robbie Kearns back 31 metres away from the Queensland line. Tooby then for Stevens. Stevens running at his Cronulla teammate Martin Lang, eventually put down by another shark in Chris McKenna. Webke had a part of it, so did Hetherington. Kamali turns it in. Fittler comes back to the right. Scott Hill floats it, bounces beautifully for Ainscough. Jamie is tackled just inside the 20-metre line. Queensland's end, no score, early minutes, Origin 3 at the stadium. Fletcher, he will play the ball now, 15 away from right in front of the uprights. Queensland's end, and real pressure now for the Queenslanders. Kamali rehearsed play, didn't have to look, he knew Fittler was there. Now Kamali kicks across, Brasher's underneath it. Up they go, Rogers bats it down, lost it, got it back again, and it is a penalty to Queensland.
Yeah, the Blues offside in front of Kamali, not back to 10 metres. Kamali had to change direction and hold the kick up, and Brasher was offside. But a dicey situation there. There was 2-on-1. Brasher made the extra man for the jump. Queensland got out of jail there. Martin Lang hits one up.
And his own 20-metre line. Tallis there. Gordon, of course, sparking most of the debate about whether there should be a third Origin, as he gets a penalty for his team. The second time they've overindulged, and again it's Stevens. Again it's Stevens. Well, he's called him out now, Harrigan. We'll have a listen to this. No, it's a very brief acquaintance.
He was just saying to Jason Stevens, watch the elbow. There you can see the Sharks prop just overboard a little bit with the right elbow, and the stare off.
Webke to the halfway line, just beyond it. Played back to Hetherington. And Kennedy's really come out of it limping. He's lost the use of one of the legs at the moment. He's trying to get some power back in it as Lockyer gives it to Hetherington, to Webke. And Webke looks back and puts the ball on the ground, rugby fashion. Again it goes to ground. What's Bill going to do here? He gives it back to them. Queensland with the ball, 6 more tackles.
Kennedy off, David Furner into the action as Hetherington out of dummy half to the 30.
Fletcher over the top of Kearns, and there's Kennedy. Darren Smith then, a run from dummy half. Nothing doing with the backs, nothing doing with the playmakers, and forced to take it himself. Hetherington for Tallis. Tallis to the 20-metre line, and Hill was there. He was able to get it away, and then Hetherington gives it to Lamb. Lamb inside for Rogers. Rogers a weaving run, and getting it away before it goes to ground, away from Hetherington out to Lockyer. Lockyer dummies on the outside, gives it back on the inside for McKenna. McKenna gets it away. Queensland showing their hand, pass at all times. It's away to Rogers. Rogers is put down eventually, bounces up for a quick play of the ball, and plays it back for Darren Smith. Then it's away for Gordon Tallis, and Tallis trying to get the arm free to keep it alive. Close to the line though, from Lamb. Then for Eichen. Eichen 3 metres out from the line. The bottom of the uprights you can see. Hetherington will make it. Short. Heavens above, he seems certain to get there.
Oh, how close do you want to go? Give him a go, Ravi. Hetherington will make it. He got pulled up. Some great defence from the Blues.
Scott Hill was the man. Have a look at this tackle. It is a great tackle. No chance of stopping Jason Hetherington, the little bulldog. Good football from both sides there. The Maroons keeping the ball alive as Furner takes it across field and gets poleaxed.
Just outside their own 20-metre line. Stevens. So both sides have launched attacks deep inside the 20-metre line. New South Wales bombing and giving a penalty, and Queensland just dropping a couple of centimetres short for Hetherington. Matt Singh, a quick play of the ball, and if somebody said it was going to be razzle-dazzle football, they weren't joking. Rogers, 42 metres out from his own line. Bowman, pursued by Kamali, beats him. Furner goes across to make the tackle with Fletcher, and they're almost to the halfway. They've crossed it now. Thorne is on. Into the game for the first time at the 9th minute. Hetherington right for Darren Smith, and Darren is inside the 40-metre line, a gain of 10 metres for Queensland. No score on the board, and we're 9.5 minutes into the game. As Lamb puts a kick in between the fullback Brasher and the winger Ainscough. Brasher coming away towards the western side, leaving the 10-metre line behind him before being tackled by Tallis. Plays it back to Ainscough. Ainscough for Gidley. Gidley steps off the left foot and stretching as Andrew Johns about to be sent into the game. Vella, 30-metre line. Back for Tuvey, and now for Fletcher. Fletcher out towards his own 40-metre line now. Andrew Johns about to come into the game. Fittler puts in a big kick, but Lockyer just casually lumbers across, takes it in, takes his winger Rogers with him, and then a big hit. Kearns. Joby's a tiger. He's a worker, Kearns. Now it's away for Bowman, who tries to step, and he does. He fends away from Tuvey. Then he's wrestled down by Furner, and they're 5 metres from halfway. For Greenhill, also into the game for the first time. He came on with Thorne, and now Lamb. Thorne trailing through. Saylor getting one of the few touches that he's had in the game so far. He certainly attracted plenty of attention with his first touch. Eichen turning it in for McKenna. McKenna able to unload. Lamb getting the ball away. They got numbers out there. Thorne away, but Singh knocks on. Off the feet, said Harrigan. So it was going to be play on.
Yeah, the touch judge saved New South Wales there. Little ball there from Brad Thorne. Did he touch it? Originally, Bill Harrigan said no. Well, I don't know if a hand touched that, but I tell you what Queensland are doing, a lot of offloads. The Blues defence so far not very effective, and Queensland allowed to support the ball runner and carry on the play.
Dougal. Neither side really with anything to lose. Obviously, New South Wales would like to win, make it 3-0 and do the lap of honour in front of their home crowd as winners. Harrigan is going to pack a scrum.
There's a Queensland hand in here. It was from Tony Carroll. New South Wales will have the scrum feed, but Andrew Johns, if they come to the sideline, that will be all the benchmen into the action. Maroons really are keeping the ball alive. Still problems for New South Wales unless they can stop the ball carrier. Johns now coming on for Tooby.
Turns and offload. Then Brasher and then Fittler, and a long ball for Kamali. Then Hill, catch and pass. Fletcher goes across the halfway line. Flick passes for Gidley. Gidley turns it across back onto the other side of the ground for Vella, and Vella is put down on the 40-metre line. No score, and Joey Johns is on a dummy half now. Kamali. They use the short side. And good hands by McDougall. The pass from Fittler was behind him. David Furner inside the 30. A bumping run. Then an offload. Here's Girdler. Girdler in the way. Kamali to the 10-metre. Here comes a try. I think they're going to make it. Yes. Ainscough goes up. But Harrigan doesn't like it. Bill Harrigan denying the Blues a try for Matthew Gidley.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's called that last pass forward from Brett Kamali. Some good razzle-dazzle stuff from the Blues. Beautiful ball from Girdler up to Kamali. A desperation ankle tap there from Jason Hetherington, and he's got that one right. Billy Boy, it did go forward.
No doubt in the world about it. Gidley losing it anyway. And 10 metres out from their own line with 13.5 minutes gone in the game. Overview of the match from Wally Lewis.
Ray, everyone said that it was going to be a dead rubber this game, but I think you've got to say that we've seen some quality football, open attacking football from some of the best footballers in the world. Give us some more.
Andrew Voss with Queensland down their own end of the park.
Well, both teams, Ray, at the moment with a few problems. The news on Ben Kennedy, they fear ankle ligament damage, which would mean most unlikely to return to this match. And Ben Ikin now off the field for Queensland with a cork.
Just having a look at that shot from that new camera we've got. Somehow we've got to get that involved in any NRL match on a weekend. And wouldn't that save some arguments on forward passes?
Greenhill now on tackle number 5. Hetherington sweeping it away. Nice pass. And Julian O'Neill puts in a kick that bounces up for Ainscough. Ainscough running away from Brasher, running back towards McDougall's wing. That tackle has just shaken Ainscough up a little bit. McDougall now. There's Ikin getting some attention from the trainers at the bench. Furner. A couple of good contributions from David Furner thus far. Michael Vella. In State of Origin 1, lost his spot in 2, back for 3. With Rodney Howe suspended. Scott Hill with a perfect pass. Gidley goes down the right side, and there's been a knock-on. So though they're both prepared to throw it around, there's just been a few little interruptions. Let's watch it again. There it is.
Well, Matthew Gidley was claiming it was taken out by Matt Rogers, and it was. From that shot, you can see it wasn't deliberate. Mountaineers evening themselves out. And highly involved is Matt Rogers, much more so than Wendell Saylor. And that's a great sign for the Maroons, having the winger with the football now, coming looking for it.
Rogers. O'Neill in 14. Intercepted by the King! Girdler, I mean, not Lewis. Girdler does it again. Oh, has there been any better than him? Chris Close, chopper's face. It went down as Girdler swept into the back line.
Well, it's no fluke, and we can see O'Neill going forward. If we freeze it there, you can see he's so far in front of the New South Wales players. They're all back. He realised the play continues, that it was on. He saw the pass being shaped to pass, and he just swooped Ryan Girdler. And the great thing about Girdler, when he goes for the intercept, he normally doesn't put his team under pressure. He does it at a time that if he misses, there's not too much unfolding against them.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to blame Julian O'Neill. I mean, but you could see that coming even from where we sit. as he drifted across the field, and Girdler sprinted out of that line. He knew that Jules was going to pass to someone, and he is one of the great intercept men. Put him up there with Brett Kenny. He was the best I ever saw.
Well, you could see him lurking, as you mentioned, Paul, in that area. To me, it could also be a little bit of a bonus for Queensland. Noted players of intercept passes can be drawn into it. A lot of times you could just see Wendell Sailor in that movement, got him behind him. You've got to try and throw a couple of dummy passes, put him in two minds every time he comes up in that defensive line. It can be a real bonus for Queensland if they can control the football.
That's his 34th Origin point, Ryan Girdler. This will be 36. Maminga, the greatest point scorer of all time, 161. These fellas are just babes in the woods at the moment. Girdler hits it. 36 Origin points for Ryan Girdler, 6-0 New South Wales. We'll take our first break. We'll be back in a moment. With a big welcome to everybody watching right around the globe. Nine Network's coverage of what will become must TV if you look at the ratings. A tracking cam taking us down with the kickoff and then bringing us back with Jason Stevens. 6-0 in favour of the Blues. (6-0). A converted try for Ryan Girdler. It was entirely Girdler's try, his conversion, his intercept. Muir. The Blues then spinning it wide. Girdler again. Now McDougall. They put on a show at Suncorp a fortnight ago. 20 metres away from the line. And here's Furner.
Last tackle, a chance to run the football to the right.
Fittler does that. Then he puts Muir over. Adam Muir is in to score. There's an avalanche starting here. Shades of Suncorp when they put them together in quick rapidity. It was bang, bang, bang up there, and they've started again. It is 10-0. And the Girdler-McDougall show was on the road again.
Looking very confident, aren't they, New South Wales? McDougall did a great job to stay in the field of play. But you can see the numbers out wide. Just 4 Queensland defenders up against about 9 New South Welshmen. And Brad Fittler came up with the perfect pass, set up by the lead-up play. And then Fittler, he'd already seen what was happening out wide. He only had eyes for Adam Muir.
Well, that's pretty poor Queensland defence. They couldn't recover from that earlier bust down the left flank by Girdler and McDougall. And when you've got 9 against 4, I mean, there's got to be a gap somewhere. It's a matter of throwing the right pass to find it. And who better to pass that football than Brad Fittler?
Probably just a small thing, Paul, but the dummy half pass from the Adam McDougall play the ball was also sensational because Adam McDougall was actually pushed backwards as he went to play it. Could have almost been a penalty for the Blues. And to keep play going, the dummy half pass had to be a good one, and it was. 2 rucks later, we see Ryan Girdler about to convert the second try of the match.
Girdler, a try and a conversion already. Now to convert Muir's try, which he does. 12-0 the score. The Blues over the Maroons. 21 minutes gone, Andrew.
Well, Ray, I'm sitting right beside the Queensland bench, and I know it's very early, but already say a few heads have gone down. Ben Ikin injured on the sideline watching this play unfold. I think the pain of the cork calf became tenfold, and I'm also beside the former New South Wales captain, Laurie Daly, an unbelievable start.
Unbelievable start, Bossy. The New South Wales side said they were going to use the ball tonight, and this start is one of the best in history.
Stevens now. 20-metre line. Vela. Oh! Good stuff. McKenna. Furner. 3-0 the line breaks to the Blues. Vela again. They hit him and he came back and asked for it again. That's gone forward. Little bat forward. Lou Harrigan will place a scrum just outside the 30-metre line.
I think the most impressive part about the Blues play throughout the series, Ray, shouldn't be too many worried faces on their bench, I can tell you, the way that they're controlling the football, but it's been the way that they manage to put even more pressure on Queensland immediately after scoring. Their confidence level soars, players get in position. On that occasion, Queensland were hopelessly outnumbered, only a mistake saved them.
Girdler up there smothering Darren Lockyer. They really have to be the next team to score, don't they, the Maroons? The confidence level will disintegrate completely if they have another one put on them. Lang playing it just outside the 30-metre line. Darren Smith. They were unloading in just about every tackle earlier in the night. They've had to do a bit of defending since then, and that might have dropped off a fraction. McKenna now. That's where they are, just outside the 20-metre line. The Blues now called upon to defend as Lockyer puts a left-footed bomb up. It's a good kick. Ainsco's riding shotgun for Brasher. Hey, this may well be looked at. Yes, Bill Harrigan's going to the video referee here. Now, Ainsco, he didn't have to get involved, but he did. He rode as cover for Brasher, and I'm not sure that Brasher has touched down.
I think it's a try, Ray. Brasher, he fumbled it once, he went chasing after it, and before he could ground it, I think Matty Rogers puts a hand on it, forces it. Or does he force it? Well, he forces it, but did he knock it forward first? Interesting one for the video referee tonight.
Here's Brasher's involvement. Let's watch it. And then Matt Rogers.
I'm happy with it. I saw a similar one Friday night at Parramatta Stadium. Young Pat Richards, the winger. It was very similar to that one from Matt Rogers.
Looks confident, doesn't he? The young shark. That first angle we had on it, it put a little hesitation into our thoughts. The second one looked more conclusive. So what's it going to be? Red or green? It's green. Queensland has struck back. They've come back with the man that can really find some points.
Yeah, that was nice. It all came from a Blues mistake, a drop ball, a good set of six by the Maroons, and a massive kick there from Darren Lockyer. The height was the thing. It allowed the Maroons plenty of time to get through on it, put some pressure on Tim Brasher. He doesn't drop many, Tim Brasher. That was a surprise, and then the ball just got away from him. Well done, Matty Rogers.
It was that same shot again I was referring to. It still casts a little doubt on it. But Rogers, 20 out, 9 in, hits it beautifully. 2 further points to the Queensland cause. 12-6 New South Wales, 24 minutes gone. Come back to do it all again. Three tries so far. It always looked like it was going to be a night of hot potato. That's the way it's proving. Girdler starts. Takes us into the next section. As we welcome you back, wherever you're watching Origin 3, New South Wales leading by 6. 3 converted tries. Girdler and Muir for the Blues. Girdler with 2 conversions. Rogers for the Maroons with a conversion as Tallis' tackle. 40 metres out from his own line. And then for Lamb, and Lamb across for Webke. He didn't get the ball away. In fact, he took the tackle of Adam Muir. Now they go back for the kick from O'Neill. Julian's kick coming down to a standstill for Brasher on the 20-metre line. Then Tallis says, don't muck around with him, put him down. Bangs him into the turf. Gidley played for Australia last year, but he's on debut in Origin colours for the first on this occasion tonight. It's been done before, of course. 80 tackles Queensland, 69 the Blues. Muir with a short ball for Furner. 42 out from the Queensland line. They'd be buoyed by that try. As I said just prior to it, a matter of 60 seconds prior, they had to be the next to score. 5th tackle, 43 metres gain. Muir. Then for Kamali, and he goes very, very high towards the eastern side. And that came off the boot, and and Lockyer realises there's work to be done, and that's what he does. And then he loses the ball. The Blues claim a try, and Harrigan has gone to the video referee again.
Well, all the chasers are onside, there's no doubt about that. It has come off the boot of Adam McDougall. Darren Lockyer has taken the football and had it jolted out from the kicker, Brett Kamali. And you've got to think that the other chasers from New South Wales have crossed for their third. That's onside for mine when the kick goes up now. No dramas. Adam McDougall comes through. Doesn't touch it with his hand. Drop kicks it into the in-goal area. Now Lockyer cleans up. Kamali hits him. It pops out. It is not grounded. That is a try.
Well, was it grounded?
I don't think it's touched the ground. I think it's popped out.
Gee, I think it might have been grounded. I've got to go one out here. I think when he's tackled and the ball's under his wing, there's got to be a chance that part of the ball has actually hit the turf.
I'll tell you what, Darren Lockyer, from his reaction, he doesn't think
I
it was
understand
grounded.
that. I understand what you're saying, Pete, and you've gone with the majority. I just thought there might have been a chance that it was grounded. Obviously, it's not. It's a try to New South Wales, and who got it? Girdler. Girdler gets his second try. It is 16-6.
Well, it's great work from the Blues, and it just goes to show that every bomb doesn't have to go right into a corner in the in-goal area to be successful. This one came down to 15 metres out. Great work from McDougall. Knew he couldn't catch it, so he towed it through. And the follow-up by Kamali, a strong hit, wasn't it, for a halfback? And Girdler as well. Anyone could have scored it, but the hit was the one. Right over the top, right around the shoulders. Nothing illegal about it.
I think the only reason it wasn't grounded, Ray, was actually the arm of Darren Lockyer stopped it from touching the ground.
So here's another look at it, and I'm just reminded that Girdler, in scoring that try, has equalled the record for the most points in a series at 32. He's equalled it, but he's got this kick, and there's the ball coming away from that situation that Peter was referring to. The nemesis for Lockyer really was his own arm. It brought him undone. Girdler enters the history books on his own now for most number of points in a series. 34, 27 minutes gone, 18-6 the Blues. So they've replied, they've answered the Queensland challenge very quickly. Andrew.
Yeah, it's quite incredible now. It's like the wave of emotions down here again, the Queensland Hedge. You saw the shots of Lockyer in goal. He's as despondent as ever, Darren Lockyer, after that try, but full credit to the Blues' persistence coming through and getting the four-pointer.
That try also for Ryan Girdler equals the record for most number of tries in a series. So he's having a bonanza of a year, isn't he? I guess nothing would have thrilled him any more than what he saw on Sunday with his home club, the Panthers. They've really given him some inspiration. Now Lockyer. The last time I saw him in an embarrassment like that was over in New Zealand. I think when he was on his test debut over there. Sailor for Singh. And if memory serves me correctly, it led to a night that he'd rather forget about. 56%, 44% time in possession in favour of the Blues. Webke met by the shoulder of Muir, and then he wraps the big right arm around him and throws him to the ground. O'Neill passing along the line for Chalice, and every time Gordon gets the ball, it's almost magnetic. He attracts the Blues to him. Lang goes up. Fletcher went in badly. And Fletcher comes away ringing at his right arm. Charged down by Ferner, taken in by Lockyer. 6 more tackles, says referee Bill Harrigan, in his 12th Origin game. Sailor. Halfway line. Tony Carroll stepping around Stevens and then taken down by Fletcher. Played back to Hetherington, now for Lamb. Lamb to the 40-metre line. Now Tallis running out wide and running so strongly. He's really causing the Blues more palpitations than any other 3 players put together. Bowman. What a series he's had. Bowman. They said when he was chosen, Paul who? But he doesn't have to be subjected to that sort of Shayaking any longer. Lamb with a lovely kick. McDougall underneath it. So is Singh, knocked backwards. Did well. Reaction time was brilliant. Darren Smith is over. Darren Smith gets a try. Bill Harrigan points to the spot. Well, Matty Singh, that was just brilliant from him.
Well, he's a competitor, isn't he, Matty Singh? He climbed high. He's not a tall man. The kick was a good one from Adrian Lamb once again, putting pressure on the outside New South Wales players. Singh didn't take his eye off it. It goes back over his shoulder. He offloads quickly to Darren Smith, who's got the speed to skirt around the diving tackle of Adam McDougall and beat Fittler in the corner.
Yeah, well done, Matty Singh. He's been a star for Queensland in defence over the years, saving many tries. On this occasion, he sets one up, goes high, can't get it, and Darren Smith showed a pretty good speed here. Thought Girdler and McDougall might actually get to him, but Darren Smith over in the corner. His first Origin try in 16 games. So good on you, Darren.
And he is the oldest Origin player out there tonight, Darren Smith. And he's happy, and rightly so. Every time New South Wales start to look a little bit comfortable, as usual, Maroons hit back.
One of the few shortfalls of the slide defence, of course, is that you don't end up with too many defenders out wide. The Blues on that occasion ended up with 3. A bit of sheer fortune for the Queenslanders. Got them home. It was sorely needed because there wasn't a lot of confidence left in the tank.
The many faces of Jobby Close. Got a few chins and a couple of faces to match him, hasn't he? Here's Rogers from the sideline. Just away. 18 to 10. The Wizard Blues over the 4X Queenslanders. Andrew.
And Ray, Ricky Stewart said before the match tonight he was looking for Darren Smith to play a more roving role tonight, left and right side of the field. Ricky, he's delivered the goods.
Bossy, I don't believe it. I was just having a bit of a joke with him. 5 to 10 seconds before he's got the ball there. He's got from this side of the field to the other side in no amount of time. I mean, unbelievable. Laurie and I couldn't believe that this was Smithy going in after just having a joke with him on the sideline here. Unbelievable.
You're a super coach, Ricky.
Thank you.
Bill Harrigan turning a blind eye to a couple of the New South Wales chasers. Not a couple, several of them across the halfway line prior to kickoff. Saylor coming in closer to the ruck and straining his way out 25 metres from his own line before Vella put an end to it. That's the tracking cam with Hetherington. Now he's put down. Just picked up that forward pass beautifully earlier. It was exemplified brilliantly. Queensland's 14 is O'Neill. Been no luck in this series for Ben Ikin, has there? Brad Thorne. Kick for Lockett. For O'Neill, I should say. Whoops. Girdler's with it now. McDougall starting to build up a great friendship out there. Wherever one is, the other one's rubbing shoulders. They know they can make opportunities for one another. That's a lovely confidence that these players should have too, of course. Left side centre, left side winger. Gidley does it beautifully with Darren Albert up at Newcastle. Tony Carroll back on the bench. A rather forlorn bench at the moment, but inspired, I would hope, by a couple of tries. I mean, they've been able to answer. Morley on the inside for Kearns, I do believe, and then Johns pushing it along, rifling it out with Kamorley after Fittler. Kamorley inside the 40-metre line, 5 gone. What will they do? Midfield bomb it. Andrew Johns, yes he does. Came off the outside edge, and the jump, and Queensland with it was Rogers.
Well, I thought that should have been a penalty to Matt Rogers. I don't think Jamie Ainscough was contesting the football, and he tackled him in mid-air. Vella comes up with a tackle. That doesn't show whether his feet are off the ground. They have the football anyway with Hetherington. Shoulder charge missed by Johns. Offloads to Lamb.
Then Lockett. 45 out from his own line. 18 to 10 the score. 3 tries to 2. As Brad Thorne puts the big right hand in the face of a would-be tackler before succumbing to Scott Hill. And then for O'Neill, and again it's Scott Hill trying to put some charge down pressure on the Queensland kickers. McDougall, Rasher on his left, Just ducked in behind Girdler. There was no obstruction. The only defence man was Singh, and he made the tackle eventually. Ainscough just beyond the 20-metre line. 3 tries to 2 then. 8 points the gap. Fletcher. 34th minute. The Harvey Norman series coming to its end tonight. The 20th time. 6 again, says referee Bill Harrigan. Been great supporters, haven't they, of Origin football, Harvey Norman. And of course, the respective sponsors of the teams, Wizard and Forex. Fella put away 40 metres out from his own line. Pretty obvious this match is getting to the half-time break. Everything has just slowed down a little bit.
And I assume at half-time, Ray, a decision will be made on Ben Kennedy, who is sitting on the bench at the moment, but has not been back since leaving the field injured. That would make it just a little bit tougher for the Blues, playing the rest of the game with a squad of 16. It's Fittler, first receiver, left foot step, well read there by Chris McKenna.
Kamali, little chip, he's looking for Brasher. Brasher got shouldered out of it. I don't know about intentionally. Bill Harrigan said it was. And he's given a penalty to the Blues.
Well, a little set play there. Tim Brasher charging onto that Kamali kick. Obviously talked about it. It was on. And the decision now, what to do. Take a shot for goal. Make it 20-10 or have a go for 6. The game has gone into just a bit of a lull at the moment. Well, he did move into his way, Darren Smith, only slightly, but he can't do that.
The decision's been taken to kick for goal as we watch another shot of it. And that head-on shot really backed up Harrigan's decision. Darren Smith, though he didn't move far, he did move into the way of Tim Brasher, the chaser. Tallis comes off. I hope they're not booing him, because I tell you what, he's had a very strong game and a great series, and he's a wonderful player.
He's nearly taking over the mantle of Wally Lewis south of the border, isn't he?
Yes, he has.
Got a bit to go there. Look at the boos.
Girdler's got this for 16 points in a game, Pete. The record is held by Mike O'Connor at 18 in 1985. This is for 16 for Girdler. Got it. Nailed it. Another 2 points. 20 points to 10. The Blues over the Maroons. 3 minutes from a break. For a big crowd here as well, a break. Look at them. Great stadium, 60,000 on 5 floors over there on the eastern side. Same structure here where we are on the western. And down to my right, the southern stand has got capacity occupation on the top deck. Kearns. Vella. Only got 9 minutes in Origin 1.
He's getting plenty more tonight, Ray. Again, Wayne Pearce is using his bench very intelligently. Both this man, David Ferner, and Adam Muir have been wonderful tonight. Probably the least amount of time has actually been for the dummy half. With the football now, Andrew Johns.
Knock on by Girdler. Yeah, after all that has been said about Andrew Johns, he hasn't had as much time in the game as I thought he would have gotten this particular game. Girdler knocking on, doesn't matter where you're facing. The fact is it was propelled towards his opponent's dead ball line.
And very fortunate for Queensland that Girdler did knock on. They've got real problems in their right side defence. Every time the Blues throw it to their left, Queensland are in trouble.
So the Maroons. Gee, that was a good take, wasn't it? Good take by Julian O'Neill. Now, Greenhill. Oh, gee, Kearns. He's led the way so often in defence. Hard stuff I'm talking about. Not second and third in there. He's up there leading, showing. Hetherington for Lamb. He's got Rogers on his inside, but the big men shut him down. And Adrian will play it 20 metres out right in the centre of the ground. Converted try here for Queensland will send us to the break with a very interesting scoreboard. McKenna flicking. Hetherington waiting. Now promoting. Inside the 20-metre line, 5 tackles gone. Lockie is off to the left and trailing through with Lamb. Lamb goes for Bowman. Bowman could not get it down. They applaud that he'd been held up long enough to deny, according to Harrigan.
Yeah, good run from Paul Bowman. We're into that hole nicely. Had some doubts on the pass, but the defence was equal to the task. No, the pass is fine. 10 metres to go. There's 2-3 there. And who's the man who holds up? Joey Johns, I think, is it?
It is indeed.
It is indeed, yeah. He's just everywhere, Joey Johns, since he has come on. Held up long enough.
Well, the other question I suppose a lot of people are saying is, how long is long enough? I think Bill Harrigan got it right, but it is a discretionary thing, and it just confuses some of the punters some of the time. Confuses the commentators too. Let me tell you, Kumorley, and now Brasher, and now Johns, and then Scott Hill, and then Jamie Ainsko, and they're ad-libbing it and going back towards the 40-metre line as the hooter goes in the background. That will be the last tackle of the first half. At half-time, we've got 5 tries on the board. 20 points to 10 the score. The Blues in front of the Maroons, looking to inflict a whitewash on their northern counterparts. And welcome back now to Stadium Australia. We're coming up to the second half of Origin 3 with New South Wales in this, I won't say commanding position, but leading by 20 points to 10, 3 tries to 2. The excitement of the first half continues. We're in for a great night before close of play. Crowd of about 60,000 in. Top performers from the Blues, Peter?
Amongst the host, Ray. Picked out Ryan Girdler, 16 points already. A constant menace, both in attack and defence. Brett Kumorley has transformed his Melbourne form to State of Origin. A great game from Kumorley tonight. His kicking has been superb, doing everything right with the football. And Brian Fletcher in the back row, they're working both attack and defence, and as always with the football under his arm, he's really troubling this Queensland defence.
What about the Maroons, Paul?
Yeah, not too many great performers, but Matt Rogers has been in the game, hasn't he, from the wing spot. Darren Smith scored that try late. He's been heavily involved in defence, and Chris McKenna, I think, has been their best player all round. Plenty of tackles there, some good metres gained, some offloads as well. And he's playing very well for the Maroons. He needs a bit of support out there, though, by the rest of the Queensland forwards.
Talking of tackles, there were some desperate tackles on Bowman when he had that try disallowed coming up to the end of the first half. You've got no complaints, have you?
Well, the general consensus out in the media room at half-time was did Bill Harrigan give Bowman enough time to get the ball down? He's still moving. He never sort of stops, does he?
Tackle's completed there.
Tackle, I suppose, is completed, but he's still trying to get there, and eventually he does. And just a few people, including Arthur Beetson, were saying, well, we didn't give him enough time.
Okay, let's go down to the sideline. Andrew has got Ricky and Laurie with him.
Yeah, well, certainly no better judges to talk about Origin football than Laurie Daly and Ricky Stewart. Laurie, from a Blues perspective, this second half leading by 10, what are you feeling?
Yeah, the two things I'd be saying to the team at half-time, one would be Queensland can come back. They've done it in the past, and as we've seen just before half-time, they could have scored that try. And the other thing I'll be telling my team is that if we can break their back early and put a try on, we can have a really good performance in front of our home crowd and really do the lap of honour and win by a few points.
All right, we're going to make Ricky Stewart a Queenslander for the night. If you're in the rooms right now, what can they do to turn things around, get back that deficit?
Desperate stakes. Queensland have to score the next points. How? Well, I think they've got to keep offloading the ball. When they started offloading the ball early in the first half, they were very dangerous. They looked dangerous at the football, having Smith touching the ball, Saylor, Rogers, Lockyer. The more they're touching the footy, the more dangerous they're going to be.
And Ray, I can give you an update on the injured brigade too. Benny Eichen with that cork calf, if he does return, nowhere near 100%. The Blues doctor says Ben Kennedy will not return. And also an update too on Tony Carroll. He came from the field right on half-time with an injury to his right elbow. He is certainly struggling to be at his best in this second 40.
Okay, Andrew, thank you for that. So we wait now for the both sides to leave the rooms. 20 points to 10, just repeating the scores. 3 tries to 2. And of course Queensland had that try disallowed. Interesting point there raised by the people that Paul was referring to about whether Bill Harrigan gave Paul Bowman enough time. The question still remains unanswered though, just how much time do you have to give them? Discretionary though for referees, and it's always going to be an interesting subject. So the Maroons on their way back out now. 40 minutes to salvage some pride. I don't know whether that's a correct way of describing what their main mission is here tonight. Just to pull on a maroon jumper and to participate and to compete at your best. would have to be a proud moment for anybody. And I don't think I've seen anybody in a maroon jumper through this series that needs to be anything other than proud. The Blues on their way back. Johns hasn't had a lot of time. Muir was out there for a matter of seconds, and he was over off a Fittler pass. They're up on the balls of their feet, aren't they?
Ray, I think a 3-0 loss, the pain of that comes with time. I think when you look back into the history books and see 3-0 against a team, it means that they were dominated. Whether that was the case or not is of no consequence.
Well,
Black and white says.
You've been in both situations, haven't you?
We had a clean sweep in 86 in our favour, and it was fantastic. And the great thing about that series was Queensland, they could have had a clean sweep. They were good enough to win. I think the biggest margin was 6 points between the teams. We got belted in 88, and deservedly so. And I know how that felt. And it does hurt to look back and know that I was part of that 88 team when I go back through the 20 years of Origin.
Harrigan checking both captains. Time on second half. State of Origin 3. Winding down with Lang. First tackle, second half. First use of the football for the Maroons. This is Webke. Taken down by Tuvey underneath, and Fletcher over the top, and now Tallis trying to do something. Always trying to do something. And at every occasion he's drawing 3 and 4 tacklers into him. Darren Smith on the halfway line got one of the Queensland tries. Hetherington held up by the smaller Tuvey and getting some assistance there from Scott Hill. Lockett. This kick straight to Timmy Brasher. Both fullbacks have been guilty of mistakes that led to tries. Played by Brasher for Ainscough, and Ainscough beats Lang, but he doesn't beat Hetherington. And Webke comes in over the top to clean up. Tuvey a dummy half just inside their own 40-metre line. Kearns got rid of Chris McKenna. Barreled him away. Webke eventually making the tackle. Now Stevens. Lacking in gusto as he takes it forward. Had a couple of private altercations with Tallis early in the game. He lost that. He lost that to referee Bill Harrigan. Sailor now off his own line. The Blues chase good. A line of 7 of them down there, 8 of them in unison. Darren Smith unloading away for Matt Singh to be tackled just inside the 20-metre line. Second play gone. It was a good kick and a very good chase from New South Wales. Lang on play number 3. 20-10. 3 tries, 4 goals, 2 tries, 1 goal. As Lockyer turns it in for Tallis, and Tallis is tackled, not held, tried to go again. That's the 30-metre line. As Darren Smith was put down on 5, so they've battered their way out to the 40-metre line for Lockyer's kick. And we've got plenty of volume in it. Brasher doesn't waste any time with his kick returns. Brasher straight from a stationary to full speed, and he did well there. He got them back almost to the 40-metre line. As Johns comes on, Tuvey goes off. So that was a very early exit for Jeff Tuvey.
Well, he's struggling at the moment with a half-by dead shoulder. It's hanging limply, his left one. And Joey Johns on for an early touch in the second half.
Kamali. Beautiful hands. That's Scott Hill. Fletcher back on the inside. And then it's away from Ainscough. Back from Kearns. Kearns for Furner. Furner tries to fend. Gets the ball away. It's Brad Fittler going up the middle. New South Wales are going in. And Joey Johns. Andrew Johns scores. He was out there a matter of 45 seconds. Handled twice. And the Blues are over, adjacent to the uprights.
He starts it and finishes it, Andrew Johns. As soon as he gets on the field, how dangerous do they look? And he runs the football to open up a little bit of space on the short side. Nice pass from Kamali over the top. And then some rapid fire work from the back rowers. Scott Hill, Brian Fletcher, flicks it out to Ainscough. Kamali saying, get the ball to this other side. We see David Furner do particularly well. Keeps the ball alive. Brad Fittler doubles around. throws the dummy, straightens up, and there Andrew Johns supporting to go next to the post. The kind of tries we scored 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, great play by the Blues, but you have to admit the Queensland defence had probably 4 or 5 opportunities to close that play down, but the Blues continued to offload. And Andrew Johns, well, there's no doubt about it, he is the best player playing the game today, and he's loving it.
Yes, Peter Sterling, in fact, writing or exchanging his thoughts with a journalist about Joey Johns, said that's probably what he likes most about him. The love that he has of the game, the enjoyment that he always seems to be drawing from the occasion, the passion. Girdler to equal O'Connor, does that. 18 points in an Origin game for Ryan Girdler. 26-10 at the 45th minute. So now the task becomes so much more difficult. Lockyer starting. Telecast going through Europe and the UK, New Zealand, and Sky Sports. 26-10. The Blues over the Maroons. And a special hello to our troops watching in Dili, East Timor, as well as those Australians serving with the international force in Bosnia. Should have welcomed you earlier, but it's great to know that you're there. And thank you for doing what you're doing. Ainscough to the halfway, Thrasher swooping in as if he was going to get a miracle ball from Ainscough. Kamali, Fern, look at the passing. Now Fittler puts his foot down and the big frame down inside the 30-metre line. They keep it going through Johns for Girdler. Girdler chips coming down on that left side as McDougall. Sailor's there and Sailor's forced in goal. They all want a part of it.
And Darren Smith got a part of it as well, as Wendell Sailor couldn't keep the ball in the field of play. Brad Fittler, you talk about the big frame rate, just have a look as we see the end of the movement. Wendell Sailor taken into the in-goal area. Darren Smith tried to take Brad Fittler and was left wanting on the ground. Strength there from Adam McDougall. He got help from Johns and Brasher. And Adam McDougall will get enormous satisfaction out of that.
They're all part of it, as I said, even back on the bench. They're driving every nail. The moment it's a Blues party, and that's a shallow line dropout. They could come back and hurt them. Kearns lofting it down for Johns, and then Stevens. Jason Tackle taking a big divot out of the soil just behind him. Fletcher waiting for his call, got it from Kamali. Kamali inside the 20, drifting across. Furner! Put down 7 away from the line. John scampers in, realises there's an opportunity. Then Kamali, and a long pass on the bounce for Ainscough. Rogers did well, gave himself an opportunity for an intercept and then still made the tackle. Swept back on the inside from Gidley for Fletcher. Fletcher back towards the middle of the ground. Still a couple remaining. That was the 4th tackle. Across for Kamali. Kamali for Furner. Short ball back and away for Scott Hill. Hill in and away, and then gets a pass away for Johns, but it goes to ground.
Well, what can you say? I mean, things are looking quite ominous now for the Maroons as the Blues really assert their authority on this match. And you've got Fittler playing at his best, Scott Hill, Joey Johns, Brett Kamali. They're all keen to run the footy, and they are just hanging on, the Maroons.
Dejected look on the face of Jeff Tooby then. I'm just wondering whether they asked him the question, whether they left the decision to him. Do you want to take any further part? As I said, it was a negative look. Maybe I'm reading it the wrong way. No, he's on his feet. He wants to go back. McKenna, Lamb, Lockyer tackle, 25 out from his own line. A little bit better than that.
And Robbie Kearns got a foot right shoulder at the moment, but he still comes into the middle of the defence. Short side raid here. Julian O'Neill tackled 40 metres out from his own line.
What an eventful career it's been for Julian O'Neill, and one has to be full of praise to see him get back off the floor and back to Origin Rugby League. Good luck to him. Now they go back to the short side where he is, but it's Lockyer who puts the kick in. Brasher running it back. See what I mean about Brasher? He doesn't dilly-dally. He's straight, almost into top speed. Ainscough will play it now, just inside the 30-metre line. Gidley. He's been overshadowed by his centre partner, hasn't he? Girdler has been rewriting record books here tonight. Girdler. Back to the bench goes Joey Johns. Pretty happy frame of mind on Adam Muir there. Why not? He was on for a second and scored a try. Johns was on for 45 seconds and scored a try. Vella. Because Adam Muir makes no secret of the fact that he left a lot of friends behind him when he moved from Newcastle to the then Manly. Or to North. Lockyer. The then North. Played by Lockyer. Down the short side goes Rogers. Rogers to the 30. Oh! That's a mistake and a blemish that you don't see often from Matt Rogers. High fives all round for Scott Hill. Tackled by him. He showed him the line and Rogers said, okay, I'll leave you grasping for air. He tried to tuck them up and under, but he couldn't. Rogers, Tooby, the first on the spot with Brasher to congratulate Scott Hill. 30 metres out then, it swings the pressure back on Queensland. A mistake like that, Rogers still doesn't think he had his feet over the line. Here's Girdler. Singh drags him down. Had a shot at the football at the same time, one-on-one. Brasher taken by Singh. Girdler at acting half. Tuvey. Vella wraps around looking for the reverse ball. 10-metre line. Queensland's end of the park, and Tuvey away for Captain Fittler, then Kamali. And Ainsco's got plenty of these tonight. In fact, Ainscow has cleaned it up. The pass, not Ainscow, has cost them something like 20 metres. All these passes have been a little bit wild out onto that right side for Ainscow. Gidley. Kamali. High kick. Off Singh. Down for McDougall. He's going to give it for Fletcher. Girdler's waving and he's not looking for a bus. He wants it on the left. Fittler for Girdler. Girdler's in. Girdler breaks the point scoring record of O'Connor, scoring his second try. 30 points to 10. Third try.
And again, he can thank the vision of Brad Fittler. So many numbers lining up there. It was a difficult kick. It swirled around. Matson couldn't take it. Adam McDougall was able to grab it out of the area. He actually had a bit of support on the right-hand side, but opted not to pass it. As the play the ball takes place and we freeze it there, you can see Fittler. He's looked out to see where the danger men are. That's Tony Carroll. He's the widest man. Play continues. All Brad Fittler's got to do is deliver the pass. And he does that. He puts it on the chest of Ryan Girdler. What a night for the young Penrith centre three-quarter.
Yeah, purely and simply not enough Queensland defence. It didn't adjust in time. And the Blues, it was oh so simple. But Fittler, he's a master at those passes. Girdler's having an absolute field day out there.
Well, Paul, in scoring that try, he's equalled the record of most tries in an Origin as well, held by Chris Anderson and Kerry Bosted, and breaks the record for most tries in a series with 5. David Middleton is absolutely working overtime down here.
Yeah, the big difference for Ryan Girdler is that Chris Anderson scored 3 in a losing side. That won't be the case for Ryan Girdler tonight.
Johns enjoys it. This crowd is enjoying it. So Girdler, there won't be much left after tonight. Rewriting the books with his name replacing several others. He converts, try number 3 for him. Gordon's face says it. 32 to 10, the Blues up. As we break, we're back in just a moment. hello to our friends in New Guinea, watching on MTV. Rasher comes back. 20 metres out from his own line. Really hammered them, haven't they? 55th minute. We welcome you back if you've been in a break. As most of our Australian stations have, a penalty has just gone to the Blues, leading 32-10. They were there too long is the best way to describe it, keeping it simple. They were there too long. Girdler has scored 24 points, incidentally. 3 tries, 6 goals for 24 points. Rewriting record books and equaling Bowstead and Anderson for most number of tries in an Origin game. Kamali turning it back on the inside for Furner, who's been busy. Rotated his bench well, Pearce. Fittler firing it. Kamali did well. And then gets a pass away for the trailing Fletcher. Fletcher then got it away for Gidley. And Gidley will play on the Maroons' 20-metre line. Could be on again. Hill. Fittler tries to get his arms free and his hands in around behind the tacklers. This is the last. Scott Hill puts a kick in for the corner. Oh, Wendell's made a mistake. Lockyer was there to save him. It'll be your shout, Wendell. He points to Darren Lockyer to say thank you.
Yeah, the two Broncos, they saved it there. Nice kick from Scotty. He got the wicket bounce and down he went. Wendell had an airy. And Lockyer no choice. But Adam McDougall there again.
22 points the margin. This drop kick, 50 metres. Where will they get it back to? Through Michael Vella. They will get it back to 33 metres out. And then Tuvey tries to generate something down the short side on the eastern side of the ground. Brian Fletcher hasn't had the opportunities to offload like he likes to. Kamali and Muir. Muir's got the fullback to beat. Tries to put a fend on and tried to get rid of the ball. But good defence again from Lamb and Lockyer. Now Tuvey. Kamali. Short pass for Furner to the ground, and Queensland have got it. Penalty to the Blues. Penalty to the Blues right in front.
Yeah, they've got it for a rake out. Originally, they looked as though the Blues had just dropped it trying to pass football. Quick tap taken.
And heading for the corner and planting the ball is Gidley. Gidley scores 36-10.
Well, this is becoming quite embarrassing now for the Queenslanders. It's a landslide. This was where the penalty was given. He was trying to offload. It was Furner. I really couldn't see a problem with it, honestly. And out of it, Bill Harrigan gave a late penalty, quick tap taken. Once again, the Queensland defence out wide just found wanting. It's been outrageous, their defence out wide, not numbering up at all. And just quite simply, the passing game of the Blues is the one that's creating all the problems. Fittler, once again, the great vision. He can see the space out there. And all night, the Blues have been on the outside of the Maroons' defence. And another try.
In defence of Bill Harrigan, I do think that the final call came from the touch judge. And Fittler again, pinpoint. Well, Matt Rogers had plenty running at him. Did come in. Matthew Gidley. He's had a quiet game tonight. He's been solid and good in what he's done. As Ray has pointed out, Ryan Girdler next door said everything come his way as Adrian Lamb, having a chat with Bill Harrigan, rejoins his team.
Well, the scoreline is starting to approach the all-time record Origin victory, held by Queensland, 36-6. You guys have remembered something about it. Paul Vorton and Wally Lewis in that great side. 88, 89, whitewashes. coached by Wayne Bennett. 36-6 in 89. Beaten in 89. 36-6 anyway. That's the important factor. New South Wales are fast approaching it. Ah, look at this. Have a look at that. Girdler. Another couple of points. 26 points in the game for Ryan Girdler. Black magic. Bossy.
Ray, this is the blue rinse that we've been talking about coming into the final Origin match of the series. I'm seeing all the maroon jumpers out there right at the moment, but I reckon the heart's been ripped right out of them.
It's out on the full penalty to the Blues at the middle of the halfway. That incessant smile. If the face isn't smiling, the eyes are. From Adam McDougall. When they're down, he's still smiling. People here. 58,767. That's the attendance tonight. To see the Blues whitewash Queensland in the 2000 series number 20, or yes, 20 years I should say, of Origin football. In series 19, Kerr 21 away from the line. Kamali, Vella, chance for an offload if he wanted to. He was on the hurdy-gurdy. Tuvey back for Fittler, then for Kamali. Morley got it away as Brasher followed it around, and Brasher grabbed around the shoulders by Ford. There was a groan from the crowd. There was nothing really in it. Then Kamali, and to the right for Fittler, cuts out Johns, picks up Fletcher back in, Gidley for number 2. Ball went forward, no try.
The celebration short-lived. You'll see this pass from Brian Fletcher back on the inside to Gidley, wheeled forward, and I think rightly so, denying the centre his second try in as many minutes.
So the Maroons away from the 10-metre line, and there's a bust being made by Lamb, sending Rogers down the left side. Gidley making the tackle on Rogers. Almost on the halfway line with Fletcher's help. Martin Lang. Lockie. O'Neill. Tallis. Oh! Simple stuff for Lockyer. And you won't see him do that again for a long, long time.
I am one of Darren Lockyer's biggest fans, Ray. I think that he is going to be a superstar in the game. And I think at the beginning of the series, Wayne Pearce would have pinpointed him as a real danger. But I think over the 3 games, New South Wales have contained him very, very well. And that has helped their cause no end.
Brasher taken down by Bowman. Over on that far side of the ground. Kearns the ball out the back for Brasher. Just for a moment it looked like another clean-up job for Ainscough. He hasn't really got any clean ball out there, Ainscough. Everything that's been his way has been behind him. Vella. Still a good portion of time to go. Toomey with a break. Support inside. Again it's Gidley, but it's gone forward. Well, poor old Gidley's been over twice. He's been in the payout queue, but they've protested.
Yeah, it's a Jeff Toovey special, that one. He's had another fine match tonight, little Toobes. A scoot down the short side. Not enough numbers once again there for the Maroons. They head out wide, but a good chase on the inside by Jason Hetherington. That forced that ball to be passed forward. The crowd doesn't like the call.
Yeah, I've got to tell you, I've got to agree with the crowd there. I think the ball was passed backwards and may have floated a little bit forward. However, it saved a little bit of embarrassment for the Queenslanders. They finally got their hands on the ball. Let's see if they can get to the other end of the football field.
Kenner. 8-2 the line breaks in favour of the Blues. Sailor. 35 out from his own line. Darren Smith. He's lost it, Darren. scrum down, and the Blues are asking the question that I'm sort of thinking about. What's wrong with the advantage rule? There's a hand on the ball in a one-man tackle, and that's what he's on about, but he's given the feed to the Blues. That's what makes it confusing. If they didn't knock on, why couldn't they play on? McDougall just outside the 30-metre line. Kamali across for Kearns. Newer driving him down. That's the aerial showing you exactly the 20 in, 20 up. Kamali, Fittler, and Brasher back on the inside. Fletcher's in. Well, they are just carving up the cake now. They're getting it ready to serve. Ben Ikin hiding the face of dejection. What's this Fletcher doing here? They're all doing it.
I don't know, it was pretty ordinary, Ray. The tries are better than their celebrations. Brad Fittler again interfering in that try. But they're loving it out there. It's exactly what Phil Gould said at half-time. A chance for the New South Wales team to rejoice. And he drew a couple of players there, opened up the half for Tim Brasher and Brian Fletcher, who has been great at the back of the scrum, but all the back row for New South Wales have excelled tonight. Slams the ball down. Fittler at his best, especially in this second half.
Well, I think the most disappointing thing for the Queenslanders there, Paul, was that they had plenty of defence available. They went to play the slide. Gordon Tallis simply trailed Fittler on the inside. I think Julian O'Neill was the one that came in, decided he'd break the rules. Unfortunately, it didn't work out well for the Queensland boys. Further embarrassment, and the bomb gets thrown.
Oh, that's one of the best. It's a hand grenade.
Yeah.
Get on, you boys. Oh, I reckon they've been practicing this all week. They said, if we get to 30, we'll do this.
It did look better in replay, didn't it?
Girdler for 28, about to shoot. He pulled the pin and they jumped for cover. Bingo, number 2 for Girdler. 28 points in the game, 44-10. Here it is again. The grenade thrower Fletcher. The boys go for cover. Hit the ground, hit the dirt, hit the trenches. We are having a ball. Incidentally, getting back to Girdler with 28 points. He's approaching the all-time record for New South Wales Queensland matches of personal tallies. Dally Messenger, 32 in 1911. Kearns. Vossi.
And Laurie Daly's watching all of this unfold. I think he enjoyed the hijinks in the in-goal area, but you have been on the other end of this sort of result. We think back to 89, your very first match for New South Wales.
Yeah, exactly right, Bossy. That's where you get no sympathy for the Queenslanders off me, but it's been a great performance by New South Wales. They've kept the ball alive at all times, and they're just showing what class players they are.
Kamali. Punching it down inside the 10-metre line. That's Saylor going back with Lockyer. Lockyer falling back. Saylor taking the tackle of McDougall. McDougall having a great time out there tonight. Wendell in a badly beaten side. Clash was one of the headline clashes of the game. But it's been very much a night for Adam McDougall, as Wendell, as I said, has struggled on the end of a back line of a team beaten, and beaten very badly, 44-10. Martin Lang to the 20-metre line. Darren Lockyer. And this is going to see McDougall on the halfway line. Saylor's got him in his sights. He saw him and ran away from him. Then he circled them, circled the wagons, and he's put down 43 metres out centre ground, 44-10. And we've got about 11 minutes of time to go. It's away for Kearns, and then again it's away out the back. Hill, Support play there from Ainscough. And they are just inside the 30-metre line. Coming to the western side of the ground. McDougall in with the left foot. Out he goes for Girdler. Gets it away. Here's Brasher. Held up and forced. Well, is he going to be forced back? Yes. Held up in goal is the ruling from Bill Harrigan.
Well, it's almost becoming like touch football. The three offloads leading up to this movement, 3 and 4 players in Queensland involved in the tackle couldn't stop the football. We see Girdler putting Brasher over the line, but enough numbers back to deny him. Of course, it is now a Queensland feed from the scrum, so the pressure continues. The New South Wales feed, the pressure is maintained.
Lock forward play. Hill cutting out a decoy run. Fittler shovels it out, and Gidley is held. Held down by Bowman. Kearns. Slaved all night, Kearns. Johns, beautiful hands. That went backwards, picked up by Stevens. Good work for a big fella. Muir now looking around. Picking his options. Johns. Tried to beat them. Lang closed the gap with Brad Thorne. Muir. Kamali. Then Brasher around a decoy. Kamali floats it out and McDougall puts it over. Adam McDougall scores for the Blues. Harrigan wants to look at the last pass.
And maybe as to whether there was a Shepherd involved with Brett Kamali's running. I don't think either will be a problem. We could have half a century scored here by Razzle Dazzle New South Wales side. Kamali, well, I thought it was very similar to the pass that we thought was okay earlier. I think the hands were aimed backwards and the ball's floated forward, but if the last one was called up, that one may well be.
Yeah, Wally Lewis made the point in that previous case from Jeff Tooby that it looked to be passed backwards in relation to the man that passed it, but then floated forward. You could apply that same theory, that same mentality to that.
And that is okay. That is not a forward pass.
No, that's the point I'm making, Pete, yeah. McDougall just having a squiz over that left shoulder. It's a try.
Yeah, it's another try, and once again, it comes back to the pretty ordinary Queensland defence. Brett Kamali is allowed to run the football, breaks tackles at will there, just gets through a gap. They still can't get to him. And the Queensland defence, I mean, why someone didn't stay out on McDougall, I don't know. But, Wally, you got any boots on? Go and have a game with you. Get out there, something.
Talking of Wally, what are you feeling looking up at that board? It's just escalating, 48-10.
Oh, dismay, embarrassment. But it's very easy to be critical, I suppose, of the players that are out there. But let's not take anything away from the New South Wales team, who were displaying as much attacking ability, I think, as we've ever seen from a Blues outfit. But the question was asked, how am I feeling? Well, sick. I didn't think I'd ever see a scoreline in State of Origin. Football like this record at the moment. Unfortunately, I never wanted to see one for Queensland.
15 in. 20 up. What's this for 30? It'll leave him too short of Daly Messenger's all-time record. And put them up. Put them up, Mr. Scoreboard. It is 50-10. We've made the half century. With 8 minutes to go, looking at it again. Kamali it was, away from Carroll. A little bit of a skippy. And then McDougall, not happy to put it down. Ran it infield to give Girdler another chance. And yes, Ben Kennedy, it's another one. Finding the line on the bounce.
Well, I said before, Rabs, it might be some great play that got Queensland down to this end. Finally, it's been pretty ordinary kick. Lockie's had a couple of them. Finally, they're in New South Wales 20-metre zone. The question remains, can they score a try from here? They're at long odds with the bookies.
Gordon Tallis out in the centres. Matt Singh going into the scrum as Adrian Lamb finds Lockyer, gives it to Tallis. As has been the case all night, he is well wrapped up.
They've gone past that record score. We forgot about that when it did actually happen. The 36-6 has been wiped. That came forward off Hetherington's shoulder, and Bill Harrigan said no knock on. The crowd groaning, but Harrigan is absolutely right. Short ball for O'Neill, inside ball Singh, back to the centre for Lockyer, outside for Carroll. He'll be made to play the ball just inside the 10-metre line. Biggest winning margin in an Origin match is currently being played out. Lockyer. Hetherington to the blind side, no. Back to the open side, Lamb. And then O'Neill. They're going to celebrate this one well into the night, I feel sure. Tallis. Lamb. Oh, he was reaching out. Lockyer back for Hetherington. And then intercepted by Kamali. McDougall away from his own 10-metre line. They scrambled around. And Ferner has tackled now, 25 away from his own line. Look at this.
Adrian Lamb was nearly over the dead ball line. Jason Stevens grabbed him. And they love scoring points, New South Wales, but also great pride in keeping their try line intact, and that was evidence in that flurry of play. Get the football, and a couple of tackles later now we see them 38 metres out. Matthew Gidley picking up 8 metres down the blind side.
Ainscough. Hill kicking from the halfway. Bouncing down towards the 10-metre line for Saylor. Tooby leading the procession, and he's got the help of Stevens and Kamali in there to stop the big man. Wendell Saylor out for Chris McKenna. McKenna slammed into the ground, doesn't do the head any good, and Chris has been slowed up by that. Brad Thorne, and raked out. It'll be a penalty, it is, for the Maroons. Chris Anderson calling for more stringent rules to govern. There's the ball. I think Brad might have lost it on his own. I don't think Tooby had anything to do with it.
No, didn't look much of a rake out there.
Back slam, that head into the ground. I agree with Chris Anderson. I reckon we've got to be somehow or other devising something to take the frequency of it out of the game. Yeah, you can smile. Actually, he joins a very elite club. A player and a coach associated with a whitewash. Only one in the club prior to tonight. Hello, don't tell me. It's okay. Nothing doing. There was only one in that club. Paul Vorton, of course, the man in question. Played in a whitewash winning side and then coached a whitewash winning side, and now Wayne Pearce has done the same.
Happy to have Junior in the club, Rabs.
It'd be nice to have somebody to talk to.
Good man, Junior. But he's done a great job, hasn't he, as the coach? There's a bit of a push from Webke, and Burner comes back at him, but not much doing. He's done really well. He learned a lot from last year's series as the punches are thrown. And he's proved himself.
You don't walk away, it wouldn't have had a blue, it wouldn't have been on the. Let's just play 3 minutes of footy, get that out of it. Do not start it.
Yeah, Wayne Pearce proved himself at the top level, hasn't he, tonight, especially with this performance by New South Wales. And you think Wally and I are feeling crook at the moment. Imagine our coach Mark Murray and Choppy Close are feeling. Hell of a lot worse than us.
Queensland then trying to salvage something. Hetherington for Lockyer, who dummies as he tried to pass it back infield, and Stevens got in the road. Hetherington on for O'Neill. O'Neill to the line, and Ferner still boiling over. Puts him down. Hetherington for Lamb, and Lamb. Tallis will get there. The big fella's over. He puts it down on the line.
Jason, walk away, move away.
And what's Harrigan saying? Points to the spot for a try. That's what he's saying. Gordon Tallis scoring for Queensland. 50 points to 14.
Good on you, boys. Something out of the wreck for the Maroons. Nice ball from Adrian Lamb. Matt Gidley went for an intercept. He didn't get it. And Gordon Tallis, who I have to say, has probably been our most consistent performer in all three matches. You've only got to get a part of the football on that white line, on the chalk. He does that. And Harrigan, a little bit of a chat and some talk to the Blues towards the try. And there's the conversion successful from Matt Rogers.
So 50 points to 16 brings that old record back onto the board. The 1989 36-6 winning margin.
Ray, I think this pass would be safe to say if it was thrown on the other side of the field, we could well have seen New South Wales touching down for another 4-pointer by Ryan Girdler. The ball was on a plate ready to be taken.
Slowly does it. Girdler. What a night. Oh, what a night. 50 points to 16. No, that still holds pride in place, doesn't it? 34 points, you're quite right. Girdler starts again, but for the last time. The end of the 19th series. 9-9 and 1 drawn. The end of the 60th match. Queensland 30, New South Wales 29, 1 draw. Harrigan calling it back. Tallis, who was off for the prize, came forward from O'Neill. .30 seconds to go.
If I was Queensland, I'll be making sure that there was a man in cover defence at the moment. Blues would love to finish with another one.
John standing wide. Beats one, turns it in for Girdler. Girdler gets it up for Fittler. McDougall's gone back in field. Now it's with Johns again. This time Kamali to the 20-metre line. Inside ball for Muir. Muir gets it away. Johns is there. It's gone out for Gidley to score. Gidley's gone in. Gidley scores and Wayne Pearce celebrates. How many times has Gidley been over the line only to see a negative look on Harrigan's face?
Well, he's batting in 50% tonight, 4 times over, and second try for Gidley. It was amazing stuff, wasn't it, from the New South Wales boys? It's the way they played the whole game, especially the second half. It's been outstanding rugby league, champagne rugby league it's been. Inside balls, outside balls, balls all over the place there are. Some sensational passing. Andrew Johns involved 2 or 3 times once again, and Gidley not to be denied that time. And that face tells it all from Chris Close.
So Gidley gets his second try, but he's been over the line 4 times, I'm told. Girdler now for 32 points to equal Dally Messenger. In 1911, in an ordinary state game, scored 32 points. Girdler from touch. It looked okay. It looks okay. It's there. He's got it. He's nailed it. What an effort. What a night for Ryan Girdler. At full time, a 40-point margin. 56-16. The Blues have whitewashed the Queenslanders. They had done it 3 times in Origin history, and now the Blues have done it the same amount of times.